All right, the biggest news that we are tracking for you at this broadcast, it comes in from the Netherlands, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived over there, and this is his second leg of his 5-nation diplomatic tour. Now, the 5 nations include UAE, Netherlands, Sweden, Norway and Italy. This is his second visit to the Netherlands after 2017, and Modi received a very warm welcome at the Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam and later in The Hague, including cultural performances by the Indian diaspora. Now, there are scheduled bilateral talks with the Dutch Prime Minister Jetten in The Hague, focusing on trade, investment, semiconductors, clean energy, green hydrogen, water management, agriculture, defence and emerging technologies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also meet King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima. All right, let's in fact take a look at the historical ties between India and the Netherlands amid this very important visit, because this will help you, give you a perspective of how India and the Netherlands have been interacting with each other diplomatically over the years. This will also help us understand why Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in fact made this very important visit. So, let's look at the beginning. Let's look at 1605 when the Dutch East India Company, or the VOC, arrives in India for trade. So, we started off this relationship on trade, and in the 17th century there has been an establishment of factories in Pulicat, in Surat and in Chunsora in Bengal as well. So, there were various factories that were set up across the country. So, trade started it all. Then in 1947, we look at independence, formal diplomatic relations established after India's independence. So, formally we started it out in 1947, and there you have it, some really amazing photographs that our team has also collated for us. In 2017 was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first visit to the Netherlands, and you can see that Prime Minister Narendra Modi there is on a bicycle along with the official of Netherlands. Now, remember that Netherlands is famous for being very bicycle friendly. So, that's a very iconic image that has in fact been put in front of you. That was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first visit to the country. All right, the Dutch King and the Queen visit India in 2019. 2 years later, right after that visit, we have the Dutch Queen and King actually with our Prime Minister. They came down to India and they received a very warm welcome. So, we are in fact growing our ties with the country. In 2022, 75 years of diplomatic ties. President Kovind, the former President of India, President Kovind, actually visited Netherlands. So, we also had the head of the state, which is the president, visit Netherlands in 2022. This was because it was the 75 years of the diplomatic anniversary. Let's look at 2026, which is right now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his second visit to the country, he is pushing towards a more strategic partnership. So, obviously, we are looking at more ties in the trade field, we are looking at more ties in economy, we are also looking to expand our people to people connect. Let's in fact get this to our guest who is joining us on the panel right now, Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, who is a former diplomat. I welcome you again, Ambassador Gupta, for taking out your time. A very good afternoon to you. Ambassador, obviously, this is a very historic visit that we are seeing. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second visit to, in fact, Netherlands, and we've seen the first visit in 2017. 9 years later, what has changed, and what are the sectors that India and the Netherlands will be looking to cooperate in, sir?
Shivani, you see, the Netherlands and India are connected very closely. First of all, Netherlands is part of Benelux. It is also, of course, part of the European Union. And our exports to Netherlands are approximately $22 billion per annum, which is quite large. And their exports to India is only about $4 or $5 billion. So obviously we have huge surplus with Netherlands, and we are exporting mainly the petroleum products, some cars, machinery, and some parts, etc. So, or also pharmaceuticals. So these are big exports from our side. So it is naturally an important partner for us. Then Netherlands is very good in water management. You see, they have constructed a lot of dikes, and they have these ocean waves which are coming into their country, and they have been able to contain them very beautifully. So I think we can learn a lot from Netherlands in the area of water management and river management as well. So this is another very important area for us. Then the next area is on semiconductors. Netherlands has certain machinery called lithogram, which is very useful for manufacturing semiconductors. I think India is looking for those kind of machinery as well as technology for manufacturing those machines in India. And that is where the Netherlands becomes very important for us. Netherlands is also a large investor in India. A large number of Dutch firms have come into the country and they are doing manufacturing. Sorry. So because of that, Netherlands has very, wonderful economic consequences for us. They create jobs, they bring technology, and they are manufacturing variety of products in the country, which is very, very helpful for us. So looking at these, particularly these four aspects, our exports to Netherlands, their investments in India, water management and semiconductor, these I think form the core of our relationship, and I'm sure during the visit these areas will be strengthened. In addition, the area of science and technology will also take a lot of priority because Netherlands has very advanced institutions devoted to innovation and science and technology. I think we have good collaboration with them, but we need to enhance that collaboration, enrich that collaboration further, and that will be very useful for our Atmanirbhar Bharat project and also for developed India by 2047.
Absolutely, Ambassador. Some very valid points raised by you over there, in fact. But I also want to understand, as per your observation, will clean energy, green hydrogen, this is something that the Netherlands also excels in. Can that also, in fact, be brought on towards India? Because when the world is looking at an energy crisis due to the West Asia conflict, India might want to, diversify into green energy, into cleaner fuel, and Netherlands can be a partner that can help build our self-reliance in this sector as well, Ambassador.
Yes, you are absolutely right. You see, Netherlands is very good in what we call wind energy. They have all these windmills all around the country. Traditionally, they have been having it, but it is much more now. So those technology of windmills can be used by us. We have used it partially in South India. Once I was traveling in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, we have some windmills set up by, in collaboration with Netherlands. So I think that is one area where we can work together. So far as the solar energy is concerned, I think we are more developed because the sun shines more in India than in Netherlands. So naturally, we have better technology and better, potential in that field. So these are the two areas. In addition, they also use, the tidal waves for creating energy. Now that is one area where some potential exists with them. How to use the tidal waves to, generate electricity and power. I think that is very fascinating. We have some areas in Kerala and in Tamil Nadu and also in Andhra Pradesh where that is possible. So I think even the coastline we have, these potentials do exist. So you're absolutely right that in energy area, clean energy area, we can collaborate with Netherlands.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for your valuable perspective on this issue. With that, in fact,